What's up guys, Chasing Glamey here with episode number 70 of Robin's Revival. Today's episode sees us at the mid-stage of Season 9 in the Premier League, where today we are facing Middlesbrough in a game that hopefully will push us at least to guaranteeing another season in the Premier League, or push us towards guaranteeing another season in the Premier League, I should say. Anyway, if you're ready for the episode, hit like, subscribe, leave comments, ring the bell, all that good stuff. I'm going to roll the titles and try and figure out how to speak English whilst that's happening. So here we are then, ready for round number 16 of the season. Let's look at the league table so we can see what's actually going on. We're currently sat 11th in the table, and if we follow this little line down, you can see we have 18 points, which puts us a good chunk of the way towards being safe for the season again. Well, it looks like it's much closer this season than it has been in previous seasons, so we'll see how that goes. It may still be, well, it's maybe the first season in a while where 40 points has actually been the guarantee of survival. So let's have a little look at what you've missed in the meantime then. We last met with the game against Everton here. So we drew 1-1 with Norwich. We beat Arsenal, the champions of England, somehow 4-0. I don't know how. I was there. I don't know how. Goals from Ruiz, Kate Gordon, and a brace from Skorshitovsky, putting the champions to the sword. And then to bring us back down to earth, we lost 5-0 away at Manchester City, which kind of tells you how inconsistent we've been, I guess. West Brom, we beat 2-0 with goals from Parody and Solari. Drew 2-2 with Burnley, goals from Ruiz and Obadima. A 2-1 loss against Spurs with a goal from Parody being our only goal in that game. And we've just drawn 2-2 with Sheffield United with Gordon and Obadima getting on the score sheet, which brings us right up to date. So, without any further ado, let's go and get into this game against Middlesbrough and see if we can get 3 more points, because green dots are looking rare and the yellow dots are becoming far too common. So today's starting lineup then is Lavakovic in goal, it's Machiazinho, Pedro, Obadima, Bjorkan, Lima, Ruiz, Brun Larsen, Kubo, Solari and Parody. On the bench, Johnson, Cerna, Page, Skorshitovsky, Amy, Ganasho, Renier, Araujo and McAtee. So a fairly decent lineup there for us, and Borough currently sit bottom of the league, so hopefully this should be something of a formality for us. So in the dressing room, it's a show everyone their recent praise is justified, put on a real show out there. Hopefully that will do something good for us. I'll have a little talk with Conrad Lima and see if I can calm him down a little bit, because I don't know, it's not going to let me do it. Okay, so what we'll do then, we'll just do the positional faith in you, make a difference thing, and hopefully that will calm him down a little bit. He seems motivated at least, which is probably better than aggressive. And let's get on with it. I'm not going to do the tunnel interview on cam because we all hate tunnel interviews. So the teams are out. We are in yellow. I just want to update the kits once I figure out how to update the kits, because I don't know how to update the kits and the game is underway. So hopefully we can get off to a good start here. A nice early goal would see us, looking at least a little bit good. We had an early highlight with Nyambe to Gibbs White, all the way back to Fry, to Shabua Bua. Our old friend Christ Shabua Bua is playing for Middlesbrough. Nyambe now on the ball, crosses it in, Easy is at the back post, and Ebere Eze has scored for us, and the early goal we wanted has gone the other way, unfortunately, and it was Christ Shabua Bua, our former star midfielder, who I couldn't get to stay. He's put us to the sword a little bit, and that's disappointing. Ebere Eze, by the way, has scored so many goals against us. It's ridiculous. And I keep thinking I should sign him just so he's not playing against us. Right, ball is come out of the box as far as Ersan for us to Skip. Oliver Skip's a player I've been looking at signing. Fry back to Skip. Finds Shabua Bua. Correa puts it forward, looking for Cole Palmer, who somehow is playing for Middlesbrough in this. He's usually a star by now. So Skip to Nyambe, with good cross, looking for Easy at the back post, and it's gone to Ersan. Shabua Bua again, he's turned his man, plays out for Nyambe. Nyambe's got to be looking good for man of the match at this rate, because I see him involved in everything as Shabua Bua almost puts it past us, and we're going to have to start really thinking about closing Shabua Bua down. Throw in now for us, it's with Matthias Senior, and he throws it to Brun Larsen, to Lima Ruiz. First time we saw ourselves on the ball, and Skip now has taken it off of us. Correa on a good run here, plays in Cole Palmer, and we've got to really do something here. Bjorkan picks up the ball, Ruiz plays it through for Take. Can Take create some magic? I'd very much like it if he could. Lays it back for Bjorkan. Bjorkan needs to do something here to help us out. Lima to Take, to Parody. Parody back to Take. Solari on the ball now. Solari to Take, to Obadima. And we are actually keeping the ball now. Ruiz to Taki. Solari is through. Solari has a pop, and Lucas Solari gets his second goal of the season and puts us back on terms. And Lucas Solari, I get more and more convinced by this guy every time I see him play. I think he's probably a first team regular for sure now, in terms of being almost first name on the team sheet, as long as Ruiz isn't available. Solari, though, great finish. Just hammers it home like it owed him money. And that's what we like to see, back on terms, and maybe not for long, straight into a highlight from the kickoff. Shabuabua to Skip. Skip back to Jimmy Wong. To Skip. Shabuabua back to Skip. Jimmy Wong getting in. I don't even know who Jimmy Wong is. I'm guessing he's some kind of regen, as the game has decided to have a little bit of a moment on us, which is always interesting. Cole Palmer now on the ball to Nyambe. Nyambe, what can he do? Skip. Skip forward over the top, looking for Morgan Gibbs. White, who has a pop, puts it in, but that's got to be offside, surely. We're going to go to VAR. I don't know why, because fractionally offside, as the commentary is saying, seems generous. I think he was a long way offside, but apparently he wasn't. Goal awarded, and we are back behind the 8 ball again. He must have been offside here, surely. Surely he was offside there. I can't for a second imagine he wouldn't have been. Cannot for a second imagine that. Is it going to show us the replay of the offside? It is going to show us the offside replay. I mean, okay, just about. We'll allow it. Right, I've got to think about making some kind of changes, because we cannot lose to Borough, who are bottom of the league. That's just not acceptable. I throw in with Mattiazinho. It looks like our fullbacks have been a problem today too, which is definitely something to keep an eye on. As Mattiazinho gets the cross in, Scolari has a go at the back post, and it goes over the bar. Yeah, our fullback's not in the game today. I think that's a real issue for us, because they very much need to do something to help me out. So it's half time, and I'm going to do a little bit of a tactics, because we're still 2-1 down before we get into the actual team talk, because Ruiz has picked up a knock as well, so he's not doing terribly well. If I can find the 4-3-3 we started the season using, which is that one, that gives me a chance to put Takikubo in as the roaming playmaker, hopefully. Because I can't imagine Conrad Lima is better at that. That would be a shocker. That actually looks slightly better. We're going to stick Arlen Page back in his rightful place as the defensive midfielder in the team. And hopefully this will encourage a bit more anything from our fullbacks. Otherwise, I'm going to have to make some changes to get them into the game as well. That wasn't good enough. We need to go make amends in the second half. Feels like the way to go here. In fact, let's do some individual shouts at some guys who are underperforming, just to be like, hey guys, do you want to maybe do something else? Not been good enough so far. Get it together is probably a good shout for them. And then we'll just tell everyone else they have the ability to make a difference. Go make a difference. Go do your thing and get some goals and do some stuff. And hopefully have some stuff happen. Ruiz seems demotivated, but he's also no longer playing in this game. So hopefully we can turn this around in the second half. Throw in now with Nyambe for Middlesbrough. Skip picks up the ball. Nyambe now on it. Back to Skip again. We're getting absolutely overwhelmed by Borough. It's actually quite shocking. Nyambe, what was that attempt to tackle from Bjorkan? Headed over by Eze. And I've made a change, by the way. I've sent on Johnson at right back for Mattiazinho, because he was both booked and terrible. And I think Brun Larsen's going to have to come off. Much as Bjorkan's not having the game of his life, I think Brun Larsen's going to have to come off. We'll send Garnacho in as Take has a pop whilst I'm doing that, and just misses out. Hopefully the introduction of Garnacho will help us, though, to go forward. Take puts the ball into the box, headed away by Fry. Garnacho was about to get his first touch on the ball straight away. And hopefully Bjorkan doesn't collapse on us now. I'm going to encourage the boys, and hopefully we can get back into this game. Fry now with a free kick for Borough. Collins, Skip, back to Fry. Let's win this back. Let's look like a football team again. Jimmy Wong on the ball. Skip. Shabua Bua. Ball forward now. Looking for Nyambe. And we've got to do a defending. Bjorkan needs to face up his man occasionally. And it's just wide by Luke Collins. And we've got ourselves a goal kick. Right, skip to Shabua Bua and back to Skip now. And ball goes out wide to Nyambe. I'm starting to think maybe it's time to play for set pieces and see if we can get them to get a guy sent off, because they've got a lot of guys on yellow cards. They could be vulnerable to a tactic like that. Though, as Luke Collins has put us up the creek without a paddle, getting the third goal for Borough. Really good team play getting that in. And I'm really getting wound up with this team because they have made absolutely no effort to be even passably decent today. If I had 5 more subs, I could probably replace 5 more players quite easily. I'm going to go into the tactics screen whilst this all kicks off. Leave that in the background in case that turns into something. Let us open up our tactics and let's go for a play for set pieces, because that feels like a thing we can do to, if we can find it, in possession, not in good work, brain. In possession, not in transition. Play for set pieces. Let's try and get ourselves brought down a little more often, ideally somewhere in or around their box, and let's see if we can maybe get someone sent off and see what we can do here to just get back into the game. Pedro now on the ball from the throw-in, back to Ben Johnson, plays Take. Take has time to Garnacho. Garnacho back to Johnson. Johnson to Pedro. Really need to be doing more than just build-up play here. Take on the ball. Can he get a goal? Has a pop. And Kramer's in the goal for Middlesbrough is the one who tips it wide. And hopefully, I don't know why Take was running the wrong way. We knew he was going to take the corner. And hopefully, from the corner, we can get a goal. Ball goes into the box. Shabua Bua, who so often has headed in for us from a corner, does some defending for us instead. Johnson to Garnacho to Take. Take to Page. Page back to Take. Take finds Lima. Lima to Page. Back to Pedro. We've really got to do something positive here, not keep going backwards. Page to Parody to Take. Take to Garnacho. Garnacho through. Has a pop. Garnacho off the post and Jimmy Wong helps Kramers to clear it. And if Parody had reacted just a little bit quicker, that could have been a goal. And Garnacho could have proven that he has come back a different man. But sadly, not to be. Corner now, and it's with Take. Puts it into the box. Anyone going to get to it? Looks like someone's been brought down. Looks like it may have been Garnacho brought down in the box. Going to see if there's a penalty. And if there is a penalty, who will take it? We have got the penalty. Who is going to step it up to it? It's going to be Garnacho. Alejandro Garnacho, the comeback kid. What can he do to get us back on terms? He puts the ball away. He'll pick up the ball. He'll run back to the halfway line, put the ball down, and hopefully this is the start of us at least getting ourselves back on terms, getting ourselves level, and proving that we're at least as good as Borough. I don't know how Lovakovic has had a bad game today, by the way. That's shocking. Throw in now with Bjorkan on the near side. Finds Lima. Lima back to Page. We've got to get our third goal here, surely. Obadima to Bjorkan. Bjorkan to Page. Page back to Obadima, back to Bjorkan again. Nice little triangles. Lima to Parody. Solari on the ball. Solari has a pop and puts it away. And finally, Parody has something of use in this game. Sets up Solari for his second goal of the game. And with just a minute left of normal time, we find ourselves back on even footing. And if we can get ourselves another goal here, we might just be able to show our teeth a little bit and get ourselves forward, get ourselves with a goal. Who knows? Well, sadly, the late winner was not to be. It finishes 3-3. Some serious question marks, though, around some of the guys who've just not bothered showing up today. Almost kind of mentally on holiday. So, I don't know. We should have won that match with the chance, based on the chance we created, is kind of what I want to say here, I think, because that sort of sums up everything for us. And 3-3 against the team bottom of the league is literally 2 points dropped to what should have been very easy to get points dropped as well. Solari, the saviour for our side there, blah, blah, blah. Absolute epic. Sure, Nyambe had a great match. Excellent, good stuff. Glad we had that talk. Thanks for the memories and all that good stuff. We've just drawn with a team who are 3 points adrift of safety. I mean, that's not great, is it? We've got Man United coming up in the near future. We've also got to play the team just above them, Leeds, at home, which could be, I don't know. It could be a challenge. It could be a real challenge. So, looking through the fixture list then, we're going to come back for the first game of February against Southampton, which I think is conveniently the last day of the transfer window. So I should know by the time that kicks off who is and isn't coming in, going out, all that good stuff. We'll have a little bit of a transfer roundup. So we'll come back for the Southampton game, ready to get into the second half of the season proper. We'll have played them 3 times in about 6 weeks at that point as well, which should be interesting. Hopefully we'll still be in the FA Cup. That might change things around a bit, but we'll see what happens for us from there. Anyway, guys, in the meantime, I have been Chasing Lenny. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all the stuff below. Until next time, I'll see you all very soon. Have a good one.